Hi everyone, I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Aurora Newton, and this is our next segment of Ask the A Team. And this morning we are going to talk about something near and dear to our hearts, something that actually we've been challenged with this morning. It's about loving difficult people. And Angie and I tried to get here today to film this segment, and it has been a fight all the way.
Right.
And not because of difficult people in our lives, but
Mhm.
because of people that we love. So we want to talk about that.
Sometimes we're the difficult people.
Really? I don't think so.
Sometimes I can be difficult. My husband just shouted out to that.
Yeah. Our husband's going to see this because if they are, they will agree to that. And that was my challenge this morning is I had an agenda. I needed to get here and I felt my husband was being difficult. Now I have to go home and apologize because I was the difficult one. I was gotta get there, gotta get there, gotta get there. And as it was, we were both running late and I didn't have to be here as early as I got here. So loving lovable people or even loving ourselves through the difficult challenges, seemingly little challenges, is what we're talking about.
Yeah. And I think that's where we miss it so often. Yeah. We either let somebody else derail us, we derail ourselves, we let a situation derail us, and you got to keep trekking on, and the enemy can really set those things up in our way, and
swoop in and
sometimes maybe the most difficult people for you to be around, maybe they're supposed to be the people that you're supposed to really be working rough things out with. So
well, in our last segment we talked about finding the golden people, and that's really what it is. Those challenging people that maybe we see every single day, it's praying through it. Like we spend a lot of time together and separate in prayer for people that we know are really difficult for maybe everyone around us. And we've seen some breakthrough even with some people around us lately. So we just encourage everyone to, if there's a difficult person in your life, or if it's even your family, and you have just a personal agenda, you're trying to get here, get there, do this, do that, stop. Just take a minute. Think about what you're doing with your kids. Are you speaking kindly to them? Are you giving them the moment that they need? Because you can never get that moment back. In that moment, we can say and do things that even when we ask for forgiveness, the mark has hit. Like there is the wound that is in there. And that's a hard thing to turn around.
Absolutely. I was recently talking to my uncle, and we were talking about people and seeing past, and he brought up the story of Zacchaeus, and he said, Angie, I was praying about that story one day. He said, because the Holy Spirit brought me to it, and he said, I've read this story a million times. You think of Zacchaeus was a wee little man, the little song that you learned in Sunday school. And he said the Holy Spirit spoke to him and said the reason why he couldn't get to Jesus was because of all the other people. Like he couldn't see past the other people. That's why he had to climb the tree. And so we just started, kind of having a dialogue about that.
So
and I said, because that's what made him small. Were the other people that were in his sight, and he really wanted a relationship with Jesus.
Absolutely.
And Jesus wanted a relationship with him. And he basically, Jesus said, I'm going to your house. I want to have a relationship with you. See past all these other people. And Zacchaeus was a sinner.
Yes.
And
wait a minute.
So,
aren't we all sinners?
We are all sinners.
Right.
But it was the church people he couldn't see past.
Absolutely.
Right? Because they said, wait, he's the sinner of all sinners. Why are you going to his house?
Right.
And he said, I'm going to go have dinner with him. I'm going to have a relationship with him.
Absolutely.
And
good
that's
story.
Such a good thing to keep in mind, that sometimes what's keeping us from where we're supposed to be, having the relationship with the Lord that we're supposed to have, sometimes it's seeing past other people.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Scott and I were talking about, Scott's my husband, we're talking about this morning because people are giving us these questions, and this was one of them. How do we love the unlovable or the difficult people in our life? And he said to me, didn't Jesus die? It says, while we were sinners, Christ died for us. He didn't wait until we were perfect.
Hmm.
He went knowing all of our faults, knowing that we were difficult, challenging. That's what he died for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we are going to revisit this again, or in a continuation in our next segment. But we're going to sign off now because we have made the commitment to keep these under 5 minutes for our viewers that have asked.
Yes, absolutely. And we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, love the unlovable or the difficult people in your life.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.